Hello everyone and welcome to Theme Park Worldwide. It's been just over 14 months since Universal Destinations and Experiences confirmed that they had purchased land here in the UK for a potential theme park and resort. Now the land's located just south of Bedford in Kempston Hardwick, and over the past 14 months there's been all sorts of news, rumours and speculation that has come out about this project. But of course Universal did confirm that they purchased the land, and since then there's been all sorts that's been happening, including the main event that happened last year when Universal actually held a public consultation right down by the site. I actually went down to that and did film a detailed video here on the channel, so make sure you check it out. You can find it all in the Universal Studios Great Britain playlist here on Theme Park Worldwide, and that's the place where I'm posting all these different videos to keep you up to date with everything that is going on with this project, because honestly it's really exciting. There's so much that's happening, and especially now we've got news on the trademarks that have been filed this week as well. But just before I come into that and tell you all the details, I just wanted to talk a little bit about what the Tourism Minister said not too long ago about the project, because it's been a little while since I filmed an update. So I just wanted to get this quote from the Tourism Minister in for you all now. So Chris Bryant said that the UK government's negotiations with Universal Destinations and Experiences are going well, and I'm hopeful that this will be absolutely transformational for the British tourism industry if we manage to pull it off. So that's what Chris Bryant said there, Tourism Minister for the UK. And the fact that he said it's going well is very positive. And the fact that he also said, if we manage to pull it off, I think that's a sign that, you know, this really will be transformational for the UK theme park industry. Obviously, yesterday's video that I filmed on the channel was with some not great news for the UK parks. So I think, you know, having all this Universal news coming in is a real positive. It's going to be game changing for the UK, and as I've already shared in various videos over the past year or so, if this does happen, if they manage to pull it off, this really is going to be a complete game changer for theme parks in this country. Everyone is going to step up the game because Universal are going to bring such a high quality product to us all here in the UK. So yeah, I just wanted to get that one in there before sharing the really exciting news. Now, of course, there's been all sorts of rumours and speculation. You know, there's been a bit of work happening down the site, a little bit of clearance and things. Nothing too much that's been happening yet, because obviously we're still waiting for Universal to officially confirm that this project is going to be moving ahead. However, all the signs are certainly pointing towards this going ahead, which is fantastic, because this week Universal have filed trademarks for the term Universal Studios, not just here in the UK, but also in the EU as well. And this has all been logged with the Intellectual Property Office. You can find that information on the website. I'll put a link down below in the description if you want to go across there and read it yourself, because there's a bit more information on there. Of course, I'm going to cover all the important parts here, but there's a little bit more information in there if you want to officially read it from the Intellectual Property Office website. But yeah, that's been posted on the 6th of February, so yeah, like 6 days ago, when they put that on there for the term Universal Studios in the UK. I still think this feels very surreal, the fact that we're sitting here talking about this project, and I know a lot of us have kind of got used to the idea now that this might be coming, but I don't think any of us, even ourselves, still realise just how big this is going to be, not just for the theme parks, but also for tourism here in the UK. And let's just say we certainly need that at the moment, don't we? There's a lot of negative news and things going on in the press at the moment. I think, you know, if this gets confirmed, then Universal move forward with it. This is going to be really exciting. It's not just going to be a normal theme park. This is a Universal theme park. Like, so many of us travel around the world to these theme parks. We've been to every Universal property out there, and what they create is absolutely fantastic. It's a world-class attraction. And we're not just talking about the rides, it's the overall package, it's the entertainment, it's the experience that they'll all bring together to create an absolutely awesome overall package. And so I'm so excited about this, and I'm glad that all the talks are going well with the government, and it does sound like everything is progressing well. The fact that Universal have filed them trademarks, I don't think they'd be doing that if they weren't going to be going ahead with this project. But I just wanted to talk a little bit about the trademark in general, because there's a bit more to it. And like I said, I will put that link down below if you want to read this directly yourself from the website. But there's the Class 41 trademark that they've made, which is for amusement park, theme park and water park services. I'll come on to all that in a second. It also mentions entertainment services, the presentation of live show performances, providing amusement arcade services and providing interactive play areas. Along with that, it also mentions guided tours of motion picture and television production facilities. And there's a little bit more in there, but that was from Class 41. There's some really fascinating stuff in there, isn't there? And I don't think that necessarily means straight away we're going to be seeing Universal build a theme park and a water park, but the fact they're covering all that there under the trademark, just in case. They are future-proofing the brand here in the UK. So in the long term, if they decide they want to build a water park, I mean, granted, I don't think we're going to get a Volcano Bay outside in the UK, do you? If they were going to build a water park, I'm pretty sure it would be an indoor undercover water park. But still, the fact they are trademarking and thinking of that in the long term certainly is fantastic. And it's more kind of for the term Universal Studios to be put alongside other things there. So I thought that was really fascinating in the Class 41. That it did mention the water park services. Obviously entertainment, live shows, big part of any theme park experience. As I mentioned in yesterday's video about the cuts at Merlin, Universal will certainly be providing that entertainment. I'm sure we'd see parades, events. There's already talks and rumours that Halloween Horror Nights would be coming to the UK. I'm sure Universal know just how many of us travel out to Florida for Halloween Horror Nights. We all love it, HHN. So for them to bring that to the UK would be absolutely fantastic. But I'm really liking the sound of all that being mentioned in there. Obviously it mentions about amusement arcade services. Again, it's something that you wouldn't necessarily think about straight away, but Universal are obviously planning all that and got their ideas what they want for the park. Interactive play areas, it mentioned for families and adults as well. I would class that as not just like play areas for kids, but things like Camp Jurassic, if you've seen that before at Universal Islands of Adventure in Florida. It's a big walkthrough, interactive features, slides and things for the adults as well. So that's what, you know, interactive play areas would come under. This is the really interesting one. Guided tours of motion picture and television production facilities. Now, obviously, when you go out to the parks in Florida, you don't really get that, do you? There is no real production much done there anymore, or if there is in them studios, you know, it's not something you can go and visit. Yes, they've got them studios and they use them occasionally. Some of the big like studios that they use for Halloween Horror Nights, they'll record things in and things throughout the year, but they're not really things that you can visit normally. So the fact it mentions guided tours of motion picture and television production facilities, I find that interesting. Again, they could just be kind of covering themselves for in the long term if they want to do that sort of thing, or maybe they've already got some plans for that. Or maybe could this be more of a behind the scenes look at special effects, for example, a bit like on the Backlot Studio tour that they've got at Universal Studios Hollywood. Brilliant attraction, and that takes you around the production facilities. Or maybe this could be something a bit more simple, a little bit like how they used to have like the special effects shows and things at Universal Studios Florida. We could be seeing something like that. We went to Beijing, the newest Universal park, last year, and when we were there, obviously they've got like this big walkthrough attraction with all special effects and that sort of thing. So maybe that's to cover something like that for the UK park. But still, that is in there as part of the Class 41. But yeah, amusement park, theme park and water park services. Class 43 is the kind of second most exciting one of these that I wanted to mention. This one mentions hotels, restaurant, bar and cafe services providing of food and drink. That's all that was in there. And again, you can clearly see on the site plan that Universal shared that if you want to build a hotel and also a city walk complex, it looks like as part of the entrance to this. Again, Universal Studios Beijing does kind of have that whole, you know, transportation area, the car parks, then you go through a city walk, then you see the globe, then you've got the hotel, and of course you flow into the theme park. So I think we'd probably see something similar set up here. Especially based on the plans that we've seen, the initial kind of site plan for the resort, the zoning, should we say, for each area, as much as we haven't got the exact details yet on where all the roads are going to go, all the pathways, the buildings, the attractions and rides. We've got a bit of an idea on exactly where on the site the theme park's going to go, where the car park's going to go, etc. So yeah, that's quite interesting with that. But yeah, it does cover them for the hotels, restaurants and all that kind of stuff, what would come with it. And then Class 35 is the final thing that was mentioned on there on the filed trademarks. This is for advertising services and also merchandise. So it literally, this is the one that's worth having a read on the website. I'm not going to list them all off, but it goes through everything merchandise-wise that they might want to sell, hats, glasses, all that kind of stuff. And then in terms of advertising, mentions about TV advertising, like other types of media that they may want to advertise on as well. So all that's kind of covered under that trademark that was filed on the 6th of February 2025, this week here in the UK, which is certainly very exciting. So that's more kind of official news that we've got coming out of this project. And as much as Universal themselves yet haven't said anything else, they've got kind of radio silence still. Who knows when we're going to get some sort of announcement? Will it come after Epic Universe? Will they wait a long time? This project could be well under construction before they even announce anything, which, you know, it could possibly happen. We saw that with certain rides and things before at Universal, where they just kind of put a few construction walls up and don't really reference anything. I do think with this, though, they're going to want to get people's back in. They already know they've got a lot of support here in the UK from people around the country that love theme parks and attractions such as ourselves, but also from the local residents, and they're the people that Universal have needed to win over with this project. It sounds like the government are all on board with it. They want it to happen. Behind the scenes, these talks may be continuing. They may have wrapped up, but Universal just don't want to release anything yet. They may want to be holding off until making some sort of grand announcement, or they might not want to and wait a little bit until that and they get construction underway. But still, I think we're going to hear something soon. I think the fact that Chris Bryant, the tourism minister, did say that things are going well with Universal and they really want to pull it off is a sign that the government are definitely backing this. You got to think this isn't a short-term project. This is a long-term building a resort for generation to generation to enjoy, something that's going to be here for a very, very long time for everyone to enjoy. Certainly, you know, not just a 10-year project. You know, this is going to be a long-term thing, which Universal really want to bring to the UK. Now, we've not actually been down to the site ourselves for quite a while. Probably going to get a visit in soon, have a little look round, see what's happening. But I am told that Harris Fencing has started to arrive on site. I did see some photos the other day as well, which is cool, kind of popping up on social media. And yeah, there's a bit of fencing what's gone up around the site. Quite a few people that live local to the project that can kind of nip down and see that, which is cool. So yeah, I always really do appreciate that people are going locally and keeping us informed with what's going on. So if you do live local to the site, keep us updated. If you've got any pictures or anything, send them across. We always really appreciate that. And that helps us with our content moving forwards and keeping everybody updated in what's going on. But yeah, there's like these big kind of Harris fencings that have now been stacked up. I don't think they've been set up around any perimeters yet, but they have arrived on site, which is cool. Would that be happening if this wasn't going to go ahead? Probably not. And along with that as well, long concrete blocks, like the sort of things that you block roads off with, have arrived down there. So again, that could be just for, you know, other projects as part of building this. Like you've got to think it's going to be a long time before we start seeing things like ride hardware arriving here if it goes ahead. You know, we're going to be looking at more infrastructure and things first. They're going to need to create first that kind of site access into there from the main roads and getting the construction workers in there. You know, we already know there's going to be thousands of workers to build this project. So you've got to get all them people in before you start even thinking about bringing ride hardware and show buildings and all that sort of stuff on. But we know from other projects, Universal build quite fast. Epic Universe has been built in the best part of 3 years. The new theme park opening in Orlando in May. That's progressed so well. So I really do think that we're going to see Universal want to get moving with this. They've still got that kind of target, it seems, of a 2030, 2031 opening. That's only 5-6 years away from now, and we could have a brand new Universal theme park and resorts here in the UK. As always, though, I want to be realistic with this. I don't want to build people's hype and it not happen. I think things are sounding really good from a lot of our sources that are involved in the industry. They're all saying this is going ahead and things are happening, but we've also got to be realistic with this as well and think there is still a chance that Universal may last minute pull out of this project, but it certainly does sound like everything is moving forward, which is very exciting. As always, I'll keep you updated here on the channel with all the latest, whether it just been rumours and speculation or of course them big official announcements as well. I'll always make sure to make it clear though, like in this video, what's official and what's speculation. But obviously, you know, we can see that there. It's on the government website for the trademarks. That's there from the 6th of February. And things seem to be moving forward really pleasantly, which is great to see. If you want to stay up to date with all the latest theme park news, and especially Universal Studios Great Britain, subscribe to the channel, give the video a big thumbs up, it really helps us out, and of course we really do appreciate it as we move into what is a very interesting and different time for the UK theme park industry. You know, our biggest theme park operator, Merlin's, not doing that well at the moment and making cutbacks. Universal looking to come in and change things up, and then you got parks like Paultons Park and Drayton Manor that have clearly got a clear vision for the future and that are invested in the right things for the long term. It's a really interesting time. Can't wait to follow it all and keep you updated here on the channel. And as always, thank you so much for all of your continued support and for watching. We really do appreciate it. I'm Sean Sandbrook, and that leaves me with one final thing to say. Get out there and keep on riding. See you all in the next video.